Hi, I just wanted to show you the difference between the Pro and free versions of FpF. I'm running the same platform in both at the same time at the moment. It's MediaWiki, and in the free version I can analyze up to 25 URLs, which is going to give some decent footprints. There is no limit on the Pro version, so I'm analyzing 1912 URLs, and as you can see this one's actually moving faster than the free one, and that's because in the Pro version you can choose how many threads you want to use. I'm using 30. You can also see how fast the Pro version runs through all these results. That's comparing every single element, every single piece of text on all these different files to every single other file that it's doing. So every time it's doing this, it's comparing it to 1,000 other files, each containing thousands of snippets, so it's unbelievably quick. So the results should be pretty plain to see. We've got 514 in the free version. We found a lot of useful footprints, which I imagine most people wouldn't have found by themselves. And in the Pro version we've used a much larger list, and we can see other footprints with very high numbers. And it's just the law of averages. The larger your sample, the more accurate your averages are going to be. As you can see, we've got loads of good footprints here. I mean, even other spammer footprints here that you can see quite clearly. So that's the first difference, the fact that it's faster, and you can also do URL footprints. And we're doing MediaWiki, and these are the paths of the 1900 files. But you can see we've got 719 results. So it's quite varied, but you can use these for in-URL footprints with your search engine scrapers. And if you're an hreffer user, then this would make an excellent sieve filter. And the next step is to export the footprints, and in the free version you can export 25, and it will choose the top 25 results, which I've already done, and you can see them there. In the Pro version you can export as many as you want, so what I'm going to do is delete a lot of these. So I'm going to remove everything that's under 1%, remove selected. Okay, and that's removed most of our footprints. We had more than 12,000, now we've got 427, which is more than enough. And I'm going to export all of those to the footprint list builder. Now, I'd say the second most important difference between the Pro version and the free version is the permutation settings. In the free version you don't have permutations. You work with your snippet list, and you can combine those with keywords, and you can also put them in quotation marks. With the Pro version you can do all of that, and you can also set permutations. Here you have an estimation of how many footprints you're going to make, and we have 427 snippets. So let me show you what happens when we start using the permutation settings. So all these I think are kind of vague on their own, because we're looking for MediaWiki, and using the word navigation in your footprints list is going to give back all kinds of results. So let's try and combine these footprints with each other and see what we have. I'm going to set this to 2, and then set this to 2, and now it's calculating how many footprints we're going to make. So already, just by combining every single one of these 427 footprints with every other footprint, we end up with almost 91,000 footprints. So that's probably too large a list to use for your footprint list even. You know, if you can quickly make footprint lists that combine footprints like this, then why would you use just one footprint? You know, you should always use 2, because it's going to give you better results, and because it's combining every single other combination, there's no stone left unturned. So I wouldn't even use 1 anymore. I'd always use 2 or even 3, depending on how big your list is. If you use 3, then it's you're going to start getting to some silly numbers. So as you can see, we've got, well, almost 13 million different footprint combinations if we just use 3 and 3. So you can see how quickly this builds up, and then most people combine search strings with keywords as well, so your list shouldn't be that big, obviously. So I'm going to leave this at 2 and 2. But if you do want to go higher, then you can always make your list smaller. That'll make a big difference. So if I go back to the footprint scraper, I did everyone that was over 1%, but if I wanted to just take the very best ones, say everything over 10%, then obviously I'd have much fewer footprints, and then I could experiment with this a little bit more. And the last major difference between the free version and the Pro version is that you can combine unlimited keywords in the Pro version. So if you're the sort of person that has GSA or other link builders and you have success lists already, then FpF Pro is a small investment to make in order to gain this kind of insight into any CMS you want to target. Thanks very much for watching.